Welcome to this week's TuTu. So I've got a fun project today and we are going to be making jellyfish lantern decorations. So you might be wondering what inspired this project. You might be thinking it's still February, come on, it's technically winter, you know, Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow, so there's gonna be 6 more weeks of winter. I hope I said that right. But anyways, there's supposed to be 6 more weeks of winter. However, I am not really experiencing winter. So that's the first reason we're doing this project, because I'm kind of ready for summer and some warmer weather. If it's just gonna be this yucky wetness that I've been having here, you know, let's just get on to summer and sunshine and warmth. And second of all, because it's that time of year when either people start thinking about prom, or you start thinking about VBS at like a church, or you may just be having a birthday party coming up, who knows. So this is a great decoration for like an underwater themed prom, or it's great for an underwater themed birthdays, or if you're thinking ahead to VBS over the summer, this is also a great decoration for that event too. And what I love about this is it takes so little material and so little time. So this one I already have put together. Obviously I used a pink lantern and pink streamers for the tentacles. However, this was the best I could do at my dollar store. So what you're going to want for this project is you want to go to like a dollar store and pick up a paper lantern. They come in a bag folded like this. They're really cool because they also light up. So you just put the batteries in them and then light up. So that's kind of like glowing jellyfish. Super cool, right? So anyways, I have a nice butterfly pattern and a plaid pattern. So I'm going to end up having some patterned jellyfish at the end of this video. You can look for non-patterned ones, which might look a little bit better than these will turn out, but this is just for demonstration. And then you're going to want streamers, these like crepe paper I think it's sometimes called. Also, you'll notice that I have red, white, and blue because, you know, this is what I had streamers from. I didn't feel like spending an extra $1 at the dollar store for a thing of streamers, but hopefully you get the idea that $1 for one of these and $1 for one of these, which you use 1 roll of streamers to make several jellyfish. So super cheap project, and it's also really easy, doesn't take too much time, and if you have multiple people working on it, you can whip these out really fast. So I think I'm going to use this plaid one and the white streamers for the one I will be showing you today. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is take our paper lantern out of the packaging. And you're going to have this nice plastic piece and the paper lantern itself. So we're going to start by popping open the paper lantern. Just grab the sides, kind of like an accordion, you know, and just pop it open. Now, if you don't put this piece in there, it will close. So the way this works is the narrow end goes down into the bottom around the light, and then at the top, there's these 2 nubs there, one there and there. And there's 2 nubs on the top of this here, so we're gonna stretch it out and put those nubs from the plastic piece in each of these holes. So I've got the one side, and there you go. Once you have it lined up like that, your lantern will stay nice and open. And of course, there's the battery box at the bottom. I don't have batteries in this one yet, but you know, basic lantern just hangs up like that. Super cute. So if we look at this jellyfish here that's already made, the basic idea is we're going to cut out some of this paper here at the bottom to reveal the frame underneath, and then we just tie the pieces onto the frame. So we are going to go up 3 rings. So I'm going to find along the bottom kind of where the first wire starts. So I can feel it here with my fingers, probably see it a little bit there poking through. A little hard to tell with this pattern, but I want to reveal that wire and then 2 more above it. So to do that, I'm going to use a razor blade instead of scissors just because I can nice puncture it in there. Now, I want to point out something really quick before we go any further. The way this is made up is there's several spots where the pattern paper overlaps. So right here, you might be able to see a break in the pattern. You can see a beam there, if you want to call it. I don't know, not a beam. You can see a post there. So we're going to cut in between these posts. We don't want to cut all the way around or else these bottom rings will like fall off. So for example, you can see 2 posts right here, and here's the wire. So we're going to cut out just like a rectangle right in there. So here's the basic idea. We're going to reveal 1, 2, 3 wires in each section going around. So then I'm going to come to this next section and do the same basic process. We're going to turn it to right here, go to the next section, cut along the left side, 2, 3, and then above here just a little bit. I'm only going to go up halfway in this section here. And then do the same on this side, to the side of that beam there. And then just cut across the top here. And you peel from the bottom, peel from the top, either way. Just start gently taking off that piece where we made the cuts. And then once you get down to the bottom, I like to just take the scissors out and snip it. And I just want to keep repeating this process all the way around. Now keep in mind that because it is a spiral, the 3 will keep kind of rising up. So when I end at this side, it will be revealing these 3 wires here. My fingers try to block that. This wire, and this wire. So it will look a little bit higher. I'll show you on this one just because it's a spiral. We've got 3 revealed wires here and 3 revealed wires here, but it still looks a little bit higher on this one just because of how the spiral works. But just keep going around and revealing 3 wires in each section as you go around. And I'm gonna finish up with mine off camera. Alright, so I finished going around, and in each section I have revealed 3 of the wires underneath, and that's where we're going to attach the tentacles. So we can set our lantern off to the side. We won't need it for just a little bit. So now I want to get out our streamers. So not gonna lie, this is probably my least favorite part of this. Now, it's not hard whatsoever. It just takes a little bit of time, gets a little old after a bit. But this is a great point if you have little hands that want to help you and you don't want them using the razor blade and destroying the paper lantern. You can give them this job because this is really hard to mess up. So if we wanted to, we could just leave the streamers long and that would look kind of cute, but we want to give it a little more texture. That's what makes this lantern so much fun. So it's really easy. All we are going to do is I'm going to take the streamer and I'm going to take it right here and pinch it and just kind of crumple it between my fingers. Almost roll my fingers back and forth a little bit. And now it looks like that. Then I'm going to go up a little further, pinch it, and just kind of twist it, crumple it between my fingers. Go up about, you know, maybe like, it's probably about like 3 or 4 inches in between that I'm going. If I had to guesstimate, just pinch, pinch. And give it a twist if you want. And just keep going along the whole length of streamer and make a whole bunch of streamer look like this. Now what I like to do is I like to, like I was saying, just do a whole bunch of the streamer. So I'll probably do like 20 feet of this at a time before I start attaching actual tentacles, just because, I don't know, that's just how I like to do it. So you can either make a length that you want to go on your, I almost said seahorse, to go on your jellyfish. You can either make a length that you want to go on there right away, or you can just do a whole bunch like this and then just tear off of this. I like to prep the whole big long thing before I start tearing it off into pieces and attaching it. You can obviously do it however you want. So I'm just gonna work on getting a bunch of this prepared for the tentacles. So here we go. I've got a nice length here, all crumpled up and made ready to use as, I keep wanting to say the wrong things. I almost said octopus tentacles right now. We are making jellyfish. So jellyfish tentacles, not octopus tentacles, not seahorse like I tried to say, jellyfish. Okay, let's focus here. So we're going to start by attaching them on the bottommost ones. At least do this. Start at the bottom and work your way out. It will make your life so much easier to attach them. If you start out here, you're going to find that they're in the way when you're trying to do these lower ones. So start close to the big yellow or whatever color it is near the light is. Start attaching on those ones first. Second of all, I like to make my ones closer to the middle longer, and then as I come further up, I like to make them shorter just because I think it gives it a nice look. It keeps it full without being overpowering, and I feel like it gives the best jellyfish look. So anyways, that's how I like to make mine. So with that said, I'm going to take a piece, I'm going to count up about like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm going to tear it in the middle here. And when you tear it, just be rough with it. Don't neatly cut it, because this is going to be the end of a jellyfish tentacle. I said the right thing that time. So it doesn't need to look super pretty. And now what I want to do is I am going to attach one jellyfish tentacle to these first ones on the first row. And so to attach it, it's really simple. You just kind of take the end of this and kind of pinch it narrow, and we're just going to tie it on here. You might be going, tie it on there, how in the world? But it's not bad. You just go around with the streamer and literally tie a knot. Now when you tie the knot, obviously be gentle with it. When you pull it tight, pull gently. It doesn't need to be super snug. It's not going to come off of there. But you can see we just cinch it up on there like that. And now we have our first jellyfish tentacle attached. So I'm going to go to the next spot. Again, just kind of pinch off the end so I can have it narrow enough to tie. Come around the little wire there. And tie a knot just like you would with string, just it's with streamers. And then just gently snug it up. You don't need to pull super hard again, because if you pull too hard it will tear, but just pull gently, it'll stay fastened. So now we got 2 attached. I'm gonna kind of tear this one off to make them about the same length. On to my next spot. And I'm just going to keep tying one on until I have completed this first round. And so I paused working on this lantern for just a moment to show you what I've done so far. I've gone all the way around on that first ring. And here's how it's looking so far. Pretty nifty. Something I do want to mention is if you're having a hard time tying the knots, a tip is to either really crumple the paper at the top, like really twist it up so it's super narrow like that. That'll make it a little easier to tie and kind of pull on, and it won't tear as easily. Or you can always get tape and just kind of tape it on the underside, tape it around there, and just kind of let the tape be disguised underneath the wire. Of course, I chose to go with the method of just tying them on, but those are just some tips if you're struggling with this. So I'm going to keep working my way around. When you're on the first round and the second wire, do 1. Only on the third one do you do 2. Let me show you what I mean. So if we look at this section right here, this bottom wire has 1 on it. This second wire has 1 on it, but this next one has 1, 2. So the first 2 only get 1, third round gets 2. Also, when I'm tearing it off, I'm tearing these outer layers shorter than these inner layers. Alright, I just finished tying my last tentacles on, so I'm going to change the camera angle and then show you how this puppy looks. And here is the finished jellyfish lantern. I'll hold it way back here so we can see the whole thing. So yeah, so this is super cute. Like I said, it's really not that hard to get the hang of. And all I think it took me about 20 minutes, so you know, it does take a little bit of time. But if you get a whole crew of people working on them, you can knock these out super fast. And they're kind of fun to make, and they look awesome as decorations. It's also fun if you are using this for something like prom or vacation Bible school or even just a birthday party, is if you put this in an area where it's not super bright and you can have the little light on, and so it kind of adds a little like light detail to the whole like setting. It just has kind of a cool little touch to the decoration, I personally think anyways. That might sound weird, a glowing jellyfish, but I think it's kind of cool. So anyways, here you go. Here is our nice jellyfish project. Hopefully you can find better colors than what I use, because jellyfish typically aren't plaid, and you know, the white's a little bleh, but you know, and when they're done carrying the butterfly and plaid patterns at the dollar store, you can grab up some solid color ones and make some fun jellyfish lantern decorations. I hope that you all enjoy this tutorial. Let me know how it goes for you. Definitely let me know what colors you make it in, and let me know what you are making it for. And of course, if this video was helpful for you or you just enjoyed watching this project, please give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button. Also, as I mentioned last week, please subscribe if you have not already, because YouTube recently updated some policies, and so it's really hurting my channel because I have not yet reached the 1,000 subscriber mark. As I mentioned, beginning of the year, I do have a goal to reach that this year, but I would really appreciate it if you would both help me reach my goal and also help me immediately right now because of the YouTube policy updates that they're making. If you were to subscribe, it would really help my channel out, and I really appreciate the support, and I love hearing your comments and things and watching you guys interact with these videos. So much fun to make. That's what I've got for this week. Hopefully, you know, we're still in February, not quite December yet, but this will kind of give you a nice summer vibe, even if you just put it up in your room. But I hope you all have a great week. Happy crafting. Now, you might have thought I was kidding about the whole subscribing thing, but seriously, if you haven't subscribed yet, you need to. And in fact, I'm going to sit here and stare at you until you subscribe. I'm waiting. Come on, you just gotta click the button.